My name is Dr. Brent Smith. I'm an Associate Professor of Marketing at the Erevan K. Haub School of Business at St. Joseph's University. Typically, at the start of each class, I'm going to ask, especially for my MBA students and undergraduate students, I'm going to ask them, what have you seen or heard in the business news recently that aligns with some of our course content? And then, I give them maybe 2 to 3 minutes. I'm stressing the point that I want them to read and view actively the business news, but then also I want them to distill the essentials of that news and present it to us. Tell us what we need to know, what might pique our interest. I may have students do a presentation of their homework involving regression or data visualization with Tableau. And so I'll prompt them to share their screen, take us through the approach they took, show us the visualization, and maybe let us know why it's interesting or why they presented the data the way they did. Essentially, I'm trying to take away the front of the classroom. So I might use a tool like Zoom. By using Zoom, I'm effectively bringing my students to the focal position. Even if they're at their seat, we're all looking at the same screen. Okay, so they then take over my role and they're the presenter for the class. So if they're presenting on their experiential learning project, if they're presenting their data analyses, they kind of have the room, they have the floor, they have the screen, if you would, for that time. What's also useful about sharing screens, in particular with Zoom, is when students complete their homework assignments, I like to have them occasionally present them in front of everyone. Because that gives me the opportunities to see them go through particular steps. If they had any trouble, it's a chance for me to see where exactly they encountered that problem, and then I can talk them through. I can actually dictate, move your mouse here, click on this. Now right-click on this, and if you're on a PC or a Mac, I can give those live instructions. I can provide that live guidance, because inevitably, at least one other student in the room will have had the same experience. I happen to like screen sharing for my live in-person classes as well as my live online classes. So when I do, every class I teach is done live. So whether I meet in a physical classroom, whether I meet students in an online space through web conferencing, it's always live. And so what I enjoy about screen sharing is it allows me to demonstrate some of these software applications, again, SPSS, Excel, Tableau, JMP, something. Also when I'm showing students how to use our incredible library resources, the digital or electronic resources, I can take them to a tool like Statista or to Euromonitor and show them the map, and say, well, all right, here's the eyewear industry, here's its global value. We browse around, I click on a few things, and I stop and I say, okay, I've shown you just enough to hopefully get you excited, so you can now come back on your own time and kind of do this and explore further. Being able to show students live what something is, what it looks like, and what you could possibly do with it excites them, as opposed to kind of providing a hyperlink and saying, it's over there, go read it, because it's perhaps interesting, but probably for a fraction of the students, right? Sometimes you have to take folks all the way there and give them the tour, and then give them a little time on their own, and then we all meet back, and I say, okay, what did you find? What did you think? I'd like to believe that, that live experience is what distinguishes us. Certainly in the business school, that my students have enjoyed knowing that whether they have a class with me in person, in a physical room, or in person through an online space, that I'm pretty much teaching the course the same way. So I've had many students who have taken courses with me in both modalities. And they generally say, hey, this is the same kind of experience across either modality. It also calls upon you to be very focused with what you're going to present, right? Because everyone doesn't have limitless time. We're in an attention economy, even our coworkers. So we need to get to the point. Hey, can you show me that visualization in Tableau really quickly? Thank you very much. And then you close down Zoom or Skype or whatever it is you're using, and go on about your business.